Hello, Shining Light. It's Kiki with Sadhana Health and Wellness. Today's video is part 2 of my videos on how to manage stress and anxiety during the holidays. If you already haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in holistic health and wellness, managing stress and anxiety through yoga, meditation, and spiritual practice. Here are my tips on how to get through the holidays with your sanity and your emotional well-being intact. Let's jump right in. So we are talking about those events and functions that you feel obliged to go to. Those where you know you're going to encounter some strong personalities in your family. You feel obliged to go hang out with your boss and other coworkers and management, and you may not be in a place where you can say no. In this kind of situation, well, what do you do? Well, first of all, my number one tip is to set a time limit, okay? Plan in advance. If you know it's going to last 4 hours, you make it a point to stay maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours tops, but stick to that time. Don't let yourself get drawn in by having too much fun, because usually what happens in these scenarios, your guard may be let down, and that can open you up to being a target for toxic individuals. For family functions, if you know your family is going to be those who just start late, and if you have a person that you can call, your cousin, a trusted aunt, someone who can kind of give you a heads up about when they're going to start eating, well, show up maybe a half an hour before, help them set the table, eat, tell everyone hello, and then get out and goodbye, and just get out. Again, whatever excuse you decide to make, it could be just a matter of you saying, "It's been good to see you. Thank you, and I'll see you next time." No need to give excuses. No need to lie. If you feel like it, if you feel that would help, but it's all about finding the strength to say what you mean and how you feel without worrying about guilt and shame and all the other things that can come along when we feel obligated to give in to other people's demands. Number 2 topic is don't drink. We know what happens when we drink, right? You think you're going to go to a function and your inhibitions are going to, you're going to relax, your inhibitions are going to be released, and you're going to get into a place where you're comfortable, and you think that's going to help you get through. But what will happen a lot of times, you may get too relaxed. You may feel the need to air grievances. If you've had those family functions, I've been to them, where someone gets drinking, they get some drink in them. Next thing you know, we have a fight on our hands and the cops are called. It's just heaping coals on already dysfunction and trauma that we may experience. Keep a clear head. Drink soda or something that looks like a spritzer. If it makes someone feel better, just stick a lime on the side, make it look like a cocktail. Or just say you're driving and that you prefer not to drink, but keep a clear and level head. That way you won't stay too long at a function that you don't want to be at, because you're not drinking and you're not relaxed, so you can keep a clear head and get out when you need to. If you have to be around toxic people, now you know who that is. It's that uncle who drinks too much and goes and wants to ask you why you haven't gotten married 5,000 times. It's that nosy coworker who's always in your business, wanting to bait you into an argument so that way she can look like a victim in the case when you explode. Some of the tactics that are used, especially when dealing with toxic personalities and in narcissism especially, is called gray rock. Now, a gray rock is what it is. It's a rock. It's heavy. It's gray. It doesn't catch any attention. It's just sort of boring. So what does gray rock look like? Hey Kiki, I heard your husband didn't get that promotion he wanted. How do you feel? Are you guys okay? We're fine, thank you. You look like you've lost weight. Are you guys, you're not hurting for money, are you, since he didn't get his promotion? I mean, what are you going to do? Aren't you trying to put a kid through school? We're fine, thank you. No emotion. Completely dead. Like a zombie who's had their soul. Just you're stuck. Your soul is gone. But don't give it to them. You keep your soul to you, but you give them nothing. Usually, like any kind of predator, if there's no sport, they're gonna go find someone else to bother. This method works very well with a lot of different personalities and a lot of different scenarios. I suggest practicing it, especially if you know you're going into the fray. Practice gray rock. And then just avoid these people. If you see them at a party, if you see them, go to the opposite side of the room. Try not to engage them because you know it's not going to get any better. You losing your temper, you cursing them out, you fussing them out, it usually doesn't help. It's just going to reinforce their superior attitude and make you into a bully of sorts, especially in the presence of others. There's all sorts of games that are played by toxic people. Don't play with them, don't even engage. They're not worth your time or energy, and they're definitely not worth you coming out of your spirit for them. When you're ready to go do something fun. Okay, that means going to a movie. That means, hanging out with friends. That means just doing something else other than what you were subjected to for an hour or so. The smiles and the fake, platitudes and whatever you felt that you had to do to get through this party. And just, it's not really a reward, but it's something just to say, hey, the night is not a complete loss. My day is not a complete loss. I'm going to shake off and cleanse myself of, the energy that I felt in this situation by doing something that fuels my soul and makes me happy. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, when you go to these events, try to have your armor with you. Try to have your arsenal of tools. That means if you have a crystal, if you have a set of earrings, a trinket, a cross, your rosary or prayer beads in your purse, just something with you that can help strengthen you. That little tangible reminder that people cannot get under your skin, that they cannot use your emotions to their will, to bend you to their will, that this is a reminder of unconditional love that you carry for yourself and that you can extend to others no matter what the circumstance is. And also in that arsenal, see if you can bring a trusted friend or even a relative, someone who has your back, who has a great spirit and can lighten the situation no matter what happens. And at the end of the evening or whatever time that you decide that you want to relax, see if you want to journal about the experience, meditate on it, see what you could have done differently or what you may have said, your thought process, meaning living thoughtfully. Don't just go and walk into a scenario where and just let whatever happens to you happen. Think about the reasons why you were there, why you felt the need to be there, who you could have avoided or what you could have said. And it doesn't have to come from a place of anger, sadness, or trauma, just a very thoughtful meditation on your experiences. And you do this on a daily basis or when you've come across any sort of situations that are traumatic or that shake you, and think thoughtful about it and think your way through it, and you'll come through a stronger person for having looked at behaviors and patterns in your life. You have to take care of your mind, your body, and your spirit. After any of these events or parties where you were exposed to just negative energy or toxic people, make time to really cleanse your spirit. That means meditation. Smudge yourself if you need to. Take a detox bath. Meditate on what your feelings were during this time, what you may have wanted to say, or what you could have said. And write them down in your journal if you have one. A journal is a perfect way to sort of just dump those emotions that we can keep inside and we want to release them onto the paper. And then you can kind of see a pattern of thinking, a pattern of how you can do things better. And my last and final tip is don't go. Just don't go, okay? If you feel obligated to go to a party or an event, figure out why you need to go to that party and event. I know people are going to be saying, well, that's easier said than done. But fighting for your freedom, fighting for who you are as a person and your personal expression for your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being is worth fighting for. And if that means not putting yourself in a position where you need to explain yourself, where you're going to be gaslit or abused or talked down to, or made to feel small, no one can do to you but what you let them. You have so much power within you to change your life and your circumstances. And you should never feel like you need to do something that is wholly against your spirit for the obligation of others. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. I'm trying to get past this YouTube algorithm to get more likes, to get more visuals on my channel, and hopefully to spread the message of holistic health and wellness and to fight stress, anxiety, and depression through yoga. If you'd like, please subscribe to my channel to learn more and hit the notification bell for more videos. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned for part 3 when we go over how to manage your stress and anxiety in general during the holidays.